Hey there, thanks for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and welcome to another early March 1st, 2023 LEGO Technic set review. This is set number 42153, the NASCAR Next Gen Chevrolet Camaro, and you voted the order in which I should review these sets. This is a pretty interesting one because while it is a fairly blocky car, these stickers on this are actually somewhat shiny, metallic, and reflective, featuring a brand new effect for LEGO stickers, or one they've used before, but not really that often for LEGO Technic, and it is a fully steerable car. It's got a cool color scheme split between red and blue, and it's interesting. It's coming out March 1st, 2023. Now, I do want to share a few thoughts about the set. This was provided to me by the LEGO group, but all thoughts and opinions expressed in this review are my own, especially when we get to the price, because we will have some thoughts on that. But without further ado, let's jump right into our review of set number 42153. Okay, here we have the LEGO Technic NASCAR Next Gen Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. It will retail for $50 on March 1st, 2023, with 672 pieces. This is a set aimed at builders 9 years of age and older, which means it's going to be a pretty simple build. It was a simple build, a simple set to put together, but there are some nice surprises, especially with the sticker sheet here, which typically the sticker sheet is not the highlight for me, but here they actually did a pretty cool effect for the stickers. It's not something you typically see outside of stuff like LEGO Friends, but I think it really pays off here, where you've actually got very shiny metallic coloration for the stickers. It looks really good in the light. It feels very reflective to me. You've got it basically on these sides anytime you see the number 75. Because of that, though, these stickers were all printed on a very shiny reflective sheet, and I think it is most obvious that they were printed on a non-white background. When you come to the white stickers here, where they had to put white ink on the shiny kind of reflective surface, these are supposed to be the same color as this, and they clearly are not, and that's just a quality thing. If they printed these two stickers on a white background, and even partially this one, but this one I understand it because they wanted to have the reflective part of it here, the white just is not a good color match for these stickers, and it is very, very obvious on these front ones. It's just something LEGO needs to improve in their quality. Could have used a few more coats of ink, but not a huge deal. And anyways, if you don't like these two stickers, you can easily just leave them off because these don't really add that much to the car itself. In terms of the car's functions, it functions like pretty much any other type of similar rally car or next-gen race car where you have a gear in the back. This just allows you to control the steering, so you can have it be steering back and forth like so. Super simple, just the way this is set up here. So that is that function. You also have a little bit of a piston area on the front here. If you notice, actually, if you move the hood upwards, you can actually see it in action, where they are using brick-built movable pistons to allow you to articulate when you're driving. So these are, as you're driving back and forth, you can see the little pistons and engine churning inside the vehicle itself, which is very cool. I do like how they're able to factor that in. Big fan of how that works because these pieces right here are super simple. They just fall down based on gravity, and it looks really good. It really feels like once you're getting this moving and really moving quickly, the engine is really churning up, which I do like. Sure, sometimes they do stick a little bit. You'll notice that this one on the end is sticking quite a lot, so when you're rotating the wheels, it just isn't going down when it's supposed to. But when it's flat on the ground, it does tend to work a lot better. And I think for what it is, because they couldn't factor in the larger, more articulated engine piece, which was custom made for LEGO Technic back in the day, didn't have enough space in the engine for that, this works just as fine. Otherwise, there are basically no other functions for this Technic vehicle, and the entire point of this vehicle is to look good on the exterior versus looking good on the interior, which is a bit of a departure from what Technic usually does in terms of Technic's original design philosophy, which was make it packed full of interior functions and the exterior comes later. Nowadays, they are leaning more and more into making vehicles that look good on the outside and have a few functions thrown in as well. Unfortunately, because of the compact nature of the vehicle, the steering wheel on the inside is not hooked up to the main mechanism. That's always something I'd like to see, having the actual steering wheel be able to control the vehicle. But unfortunately here, it is not only unable to control the vehicle, but the steering wheel is actually fixed. Like, you cannot rotate the steering wheel. It's not meant for people to put their fingers in here, it's just fixed on the axle, but I do kind of wish that even if you couldn't rotate it with the wheels, at least make it so that you can turn the steering wheel. But no, the steering wheel is pretty much just fixed at one angle, so that it is just a bit of a minor complaint, but it is very, very minor because 9 times out of 10, when you're just displaying this or playing with it, you're not going to really be caring about that. This was a set that was pretty decked out in all kinds of stickers. As you can see, the 75 logo is on reflective metallic coloration there. Every time you see that 75 text, it is fully shiny and metallic, and It looks really good. I'm a big fan of that. It doesn't really come across that well on the box art. If you look at it on the box, it's not very obvious how shiny it is. It's kind of at this angle, and you kind of see, okay, it looks silver. But then when you look at it from the top, that's a really cool effect. I do really like that. Otherwise, though, I'm going to be completely honest. The shaping of this car is not something that interests me or excites me that much. It feels very boxy to me, and that is intentional. The real-world vehicle, if you compare this to the real thing, is a very boxy vehicle. That's just not really my style of car. I just don't really like the aesthetics of it that much. I think it does a very decent and good job of replicating the real-world thing. It just feels very boxy and rectangular to me, and because of that, the building techniques were also very, very simple. You basically just have a ton of Technic bars that are stacked back and forth. You go all the way through, and that's what it is. One thing that is neat, though, is that they actually included 2 specially printed pieces in this set. This fender piece right here is impossible to put a sticker on because of the curves, or LEGO would not put a sticker on it because of the curves. So they have this printed. It is a blue piece with the red and white printing on it. And on the other side, you have a red piece that has the blue and white printing on it. Now, folks may have wanted a matching one if they wanted to do their own mocks, but the entire theme of this car is kind of to have a red, white, and blue color scheme, and one side is predominantly red with blue highlights, and the other side is predominantly blue with red highlights. And you have that following it all the way to the front of the car. One side's blue, one side's red. Unfortunately, you've got the blue pin to axle converters there. Not much you can do about that because those are color locked, but that does throw off the color scheme a little bit, I will say. But otherwise, you do have a very consistent color scheme throughout of blue on one side, red on the other, and it just looks good. Overall, this is a very sturdy set. It definitely is built for kids to play with it. You can drop this, you can throw it around, you can really get it rolling up and smash into things, and this will not break. For me, though, I think there are definitely more interesting Technic sets out there that play around with shaping a lot more. This feels very rectangular, feels very boxy, which it is supposed to, but it's just not the most interesting thing to me personally. With that, we have summed up this review. Final thing I want to say about the price here, this is $50 US. It is the same price as the Batman Bat Cycle, which also is coming out on March 1st, 2023. You can see a comparison of them here, and I also will be doing a full-on comparison of every single new LEGO Technic set of this wave very soon after all these videos come up, probably just within the first week of March. And while this felt like a pretty good deal for $50, I'd say maybe this should be $45, but $50 feels pretty good. This, on the other hand, really does not. And to be honest, I really do feel that this should have been closer to $40, especially compared to other Technic sets in the past. We've gotten rally cars around this scale that are closer to $40 or $45. $50 feels a little bit much for what this is for this particular type of vehicle, for what it offers. Not a lot of functions. I mean, I guess you have, you have the engine movement up in front, which was the most interesting part of the build for me, and you have steering. And that's about it. Not really anything else, and I guess it didn't really need anything else, but for me, I definitely wish that it was a little bit cheaper, especially the bang for your buck here. While those stickers are nice, they are stickers, and not everyone wants to put stickers on. I know a lot of people who just leave the stickers off, so that may be just useless value for many people who do purchase this set. Yeah, I think that this should be a little bit cheaper. $40 feels a lot more fair for me for this vehicle rather than $50. But that's how I feel, and I'd love to hear what you think in the comments down below as well. Alright, and with that, we have summed up our look at set 42153. This is the NASCAR Next Gen Chevrolet Camaro. It is an interesting build. We've gotten a lot of these rally car style sets in the past, but I do really like those reflective stickers. Of course, this has been just my opinion, so do let me know down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? And what do you think LEGO should do next if they're doing more cars in this style? Thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe for even more LEGO news, reviews, discussion, and analyses coming your way very soon. Thanks so much, and bye for now.